everybody. This is Brian Hogue. Welcome to Chiller Night Live, where from 8 p.m. Eastern Time until 9 p.m. we'll sit here and we'll chat with you fine, frightening folks about all things horror, science fiction, the paranormal. And Stephanie says, hey, y'all. Hey, Stephanie, thanks for joining us. Renee says, hi. Yo, sup? Hey, Renee, thanks for joining us. All right, another week of Chiller. All right, so... Yep, we are multi-streaming on YouTube and on Facebook. Now, if you're watching this on Stream TV on Saturday night, just know that if you want to interact with the show as it's being streamed live, you can do that on Tuesday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern Time on the ChillerNight YouTube channel, or on Facebook, you can go to these channels right here, ChillerNight Theaters Facebook page, ChillerNight Escape Experiences Facebook page, or the Jack Shadow's House of Terror Facebook page, as well as if you can get on my page for Brian Hogue, you can watch it there as well. So Renee says, what's happening? I'll tell you what's happening. We're going to show you the schedule for this Saturday night, May 27th on Stream TV. And Bonehead says, hello, ChillerNight crew. Brian and Ava, hope everyone is doing great, and it's fantastic to be here with all of you. All right, Bonehead, right back at you. Right back at you, thank you. Tonight, we want to show you what's going to be coming on Saturday night. And here we go. So this Saturday, May 27th on Stream TV, 8 o'clock, you can watch this show right here. The Chiller Night, we'll call it the Chiller Night pre-show on Saturday nights. And then at 9 p.m., the movie is City of the Dead. That does feature Christopher Lee, so I think you'll enjoy that one. Nice atmosphere to that movie. I like it. 10:30, the movie is Horror Express. Now it also has Christopher Lee and Peter Cushing, the dynamic duel of horror movies, and that's a really good one. 12 a.m. The movie is Manos, The Hands of Fate. Yeah. We'll play that at 12 a.m. in the morning, and then at 1:35 we'll end the night with Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things. All right. I see Paul's on here. Paul loves Manos, The Hands of Fate. All right, well, Paul, you better not miss that this Saturday. So there you have it. And again, you can watch those by going to streammedia.tv Saturday night at, well, hopefully you start at 8 p.m. if you'd like to watch this again. First-time viewers, you can check in at 8 p.m. Eastern Time on Saturday. Watch us, and then you can watch the lineup of movies. Now, you notice, if you're new here, you'll notice that those movies are essentially back-to-back. So, if you like horror movies, you like the old chillers of yesteryear, I think you'll enjoy that, so give it a try. Paul says, hey there, how's my family? Give Ava a huge hug. I will, Paul. Glad you could join us tonight. Let's see. Renee says, the horror, sci-fi, fantasy community, woo-woo, pump it up. Yes, pump it up indeed. Let's see. Bonin says, hey, hello, Tom Paisley, you out there, buddy? Yeah, it's Tom here. Tom. Stephanie says, oh my God, I love Horror Express. It is a fantastic movie. It has just a great look and feel to it. Paul says, I need therapy after Manos. Yes. Yes, I think we all need to sit back and reflect a little bit about life in general after watching Manos, The Hands of Fate. If that includes therapy, I guess that's a form of therapy in a way, in a reflection. So, all right, so there you have it. There's our lineup for this Saturday night. Hope you'll enjoy that. But hey, I want to show you something here, because now City of the Dead, Horror Express, and Manos, The Hands of Fate, actually, even Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things, all four of those movies over the last, well, now coming up on 4 weeks, have been requests. You guys have requested these, so you spoke, and I heard you. So there you go. Bowden says, "Hey Paul, I think anyone watching Manos probably needs a lot of therapy before, during, and after that ordeal." LOL. Yes, yes. Paul says, "Torgo, great therapist." uh, when did you first see that movie to where you fell in love with that one? Was that like like a kind of a recent discovery, or did you actually see it back in the day when it first came out? And I'm kind of curious. I might have asked you this before, but I forget. But I'm kind of curious to know about your love for Manos, the Hands of Fate. We all have those special strange movies that we just kind of have a certain endearment toward, I guess. Um, Lasercorn, is Laser on here tonight? I'll wait a few minutes. I'll wait a little bit. I'm kind of curious. He had emailed me earlier and mentioned about he had found a. Oh, Paul says about 1980. Wow, so you've been on this ride for a while with Manos. But it says, how's things in Germany, SBC? I hope everything is going well for you over there. Yeah, yes, hope so. Um, what was I gonna say? Oh, Lasercorn had mentioned about finding a movie reel, an old movie reel of. I'm hoping he comes on here, but Stephanie says, I've seen it the first time on night when I was up at 3 in the morning watching Elvira's movie Macabre. Oh yeah, I'm sure she had fun with that one. Yeah, Bona is looking for Lasercorn as well. Yeah, he had mentioned over the last couple days about this movie that he found. He found an old movie reel, and it was called Haunted Spook. So I looked that up. He said it was old, an old movie, and it is. It's from 1920, so it's obviously over 100 years old. But yeah, I don't know that much about it. I got to say, I've never seen it. But Haunted Spooks. So I'm curious if he comes on here tonight, if he's had a chance to see it, because I don't know that if he ever obtained a reel to reel, player. So, all right. So it's probably on YouTube just the same, but be neat to see it on the film. Renee says, "You watch Guardians of the Galaxy 3 3D? You all watch?" Oh, I have not seen it. I have not seen that one yet. Have you seen it, Renee? I know you go to the movies quite a bit at the theaters when they come out. I usually, anymore, I gotta say, I kind of wait a little bit. Uh, Al says, "Hi, everyone." Hey, Al, thanks for joining us. SBC says, "Politically bad. Personally, I'm fine." All right. Well, personally is what matters the most, I think. Paul says, "Is anyone watching Skinwalker Ranch?" I've seen it. I've watched it, but it's been a little while since Abe and I watched that. Stephanie says, "I did." With Guardians of the Galaxy, Stephanie, um, or Skinwalker Ranch. I know there's a delay here, but yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy. I liked the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie. I thought that was well done. The second one was just, man, they got. I just wish that the first one had the right amount of comedy and the right timing with the comedy. The second one, I thought it was just too much. They were trying too much. It's like those last two Thor movies. They were just, the comedy. There was no, they should have reeled that in a little bit. Uh, Except for certain characters, like I didn't see making. Now here I go off on. But like Thor, I didn't see making. Although the actor pulls it off he's got a good comedic delivery. Making Thor into basically a bumbling comedic oaf wasn't really what I saw. How I pictured Thor growing up in the comics, but like Grandmaster with Jeff Goldblum, I thought that character, the comedy worked for him. Um, but anyways, I'm saying all that to say, I guess I wasn't in a rush to go out to see Guardians of the Galaxy Part 3 just because Part 2 I thought was, you know, I didn't think it was that good. But the first one I really did enjoy quite a bit. Bonin says, wow, Brian, you got me thinking that it's really hard to believe that in less than 10 years, King Kong is going to be 100 years old. Yeah, it's it's getting up there. Paul says, on tonight at 10. Oh, the Skinwalker Ranch. SBC says, I have projectors for Super 8, 16 millimeter and 35 millimeter. That's funny because I did write back to Lasercorn. I emailed him back and said that I had the reel to reel for Super 8. And I actually even had the editor, the editing, I'd cut and you had the editing tape, and all that stuff. When I was a kid, I used to make little movies and stuff, so with Guardians of the Galaxy 3, Stephanie says, that's what I figured. Okay. Al says, the new Guardians is good. Okay, I have heard people saying that it was good, so um, that's good. Good to hear. Stephanie says, Paul Lynch, I think my mom watches Skinwalker Ranch. Paul says, I saw the other Friday the 13th fan movie. Very, very cool. Oh, yeah, we were talking about that last week. And that's where we found out that there were actually several of them, other than the one that you had mentioned, the fan films. And they're long. I mean, they're about the same length as a regular movie, I think. Because I went on YouTube and I was trying to find the one that Paul had mentioned, and in doing so, I came across several of them. There's several of them, so I don't know if they're the actual length of a movie, but I mean they're over an hour long, so I think most of them are. But one of these days, I keep saying that, but I just don't have the time. It seems. Paul says, anybody watching Expedition Bigfoot? Very well done, season 4 coming out soon. I can't wait. Wow, I don't think I've seen that show, and it's been a long time. If that's the one I'm thinking of, there's been so many Bigfoot shows. Like, I don't even know if I'm sure which one you're referring to. Expedition Bigfoot. Renee says, love Skinwalker Ranch History Channel. Travis Taylor and Travis Walton. Okay. Renee says, Travis Walton is the fire in the sky UFO abductees. Really? And he's on Skinwalker Ranch History Channel. Okay, I didn't know that. That's pretty cool. He's the guy that they're referring to in the movie Fire in the Sky, huh? Paul says, tell your mom watch Bigfoot. What? Okay, well, but there's haunted spooks. I put that up there because I dug that up just thinking that maybe Laser would be joining us. I was kind of curious to see if he had a chance to. I didn't think he would because it's pretty quick after he emailed me, but see if he got a chance to watch it. Renee says, so the new Guardians is about 3 hours. What? 3 hours and 45 minutes. Wow, but the movie's so good, Mr. Hogue, that you won't even be looking at your watch. You just enjoy and wanted to keep going. Wow, that's like an epic. That's like an epic movie, like the Ten Commandments or Gone with the Wind or something. Wow, why did they? I wonder why they did that. 3 hours and 45 minutes long. That's crazy, isn't it? That's a long movie. I don't know that I'd want to sit in the theater that long for. I don't know. You say it's so good though. I won't even be looking at my watch. So maybe so. Renee says, you know those movies that you keep looking at your watch because you wanted it to end. Yeah, I remember doing that with The Last Jedi. That's one of the last movies I actually went and saw. Unfortunately, it's not like that, and it's type of movie where you don't want to even turn on your phone to look at your texts. Okay, that's cool. So was that well done, huh? That's cool. Well, then it's living up to the reviews, I guess it's getting then, because I've been hearing some good things about it. Paul says, Yeah, that's right, Stephanie. Tell your mom watch Bigfoot. She will love it. Stephanie says, Renee Cruz, the new Guardians movie made me cry. Jason says, greetings all. Just watched Thanksgiving Killer. What? Wait. Thanks Killer over the weekend. A B-rated train wreck with bad acting about a killer turkey. Still good though. Um, what else? That reminded me of what the heck is that movie with the guy, the man with the big turkey head? Uh, Blood Feast. Is that it? Am I say? Why am I thinking of that? Um, gosh, now I gotta look it up. I'm sorry. I hate doing that when I'm doing the show, but sometimes I have to know. I just have to know. Blood Feast. Is that it? I'm sorry, folks. I have to look. Is this the one about the turkey? Let me see the. No. Nope. That's a different movie then. I wonder which one I was thinking of. I remember seeing the trailer before. Douglas says, "Hello, it's Doug." Hey, Doug. Yeah, it's been a while since I've chatted with you. How you been? And starting to do more investigations. Awesome. All right. Neat. Now, have you been doing them all along, or did you take a break and are now getting back into them? We had Doug and his team on Chiller Chat several years ago, and they were talking about their investigations. Renee says, no, Travis Taylor is in Skinwalker Ranch, but Travis Walton is the other famous UFO Travis. Oh, okay. Brad says, hey, Brad, thanks for joining us. It's the Chiller Night pre-show with Brian Hogue, starring Brian Hogue. And now here's Brian. What's on tonight, Brian? Well, I will show you in just a moment here. I got a few more comments I'll catch up on, and then I'll put the schedule up and just like give it like a minute or two, maybe at the most. Stephanie says, I'm planning, because if I let it go too much, I fall behind here. Stephanie says, I'm planning on my own almost 6-hour monster movie marathon after this. Wow. That's some dedication. Paul says, Back to the Future Part 4 in production. Is it? Is it? Or are they rebooting it? Because I don't know. I thought I read somewhere where they were talking about rebooting it. But if they're making a Part 4, I don't know exactly how that would work. I guess they have enough special effects now to help Michael J. Fox out. I know that would be probably difficult for him to do that now. Renee says Travis Walton is in fact 3 most important UFO celebrity because he got abducted just like Betty and Barney Hill. Okay, so Travis Walton, Renee, is the guy who, I'm straight on this. He was the one who, he was abducted in that movie Fire in the Sky. That's who they made that movie after. Wait, let me see. No, Travis is in. I'm trying to go back and read what you're. No, Travis Taylor is in Skinwalker Ranch, but Travis Walton is the other famous UFO Travis. Okay. And now I forgot what I originally asked you. Brad says, I'm back, LOL. That's right, because you were asking me. I thought when I was reading that, I thought, Brad was on here before with about King Kong, weren't you? Paul says, forgot Betty and Barney. Can't forget Betty and Barney. Douglas says, we might be hitting Ohio Penitentiary. Cool. Now, have you ever been there? Have you ever been there with other investigators, or will this be your very first time there? Jason says Blood Freak. That's it. What did they say? Blood Fest. Oh, I was so close. All right, Blood Freak. That's it. 1972. 1972. Um, if I can pull up I want to pull up a poster of this so you can see. Ah, here we go. Here's a picture of the monster. I don't know if you can quite make that out, but it is a man with the head of what appears to be a turkey, something like a turkey, big bird or something. But it's a movie, folks. Check it out. Anybody who likes Manos to Hands of Fate would certainly like Blood Freak. Maybe not, maybe not. Don't want to be judgmental. Uh, Paul says reboot, I think. Oh, for Back to the Future. Okay. Craig says hi. Hey, Craig, thanks for joining us. SBC says, I have good news. I finally found a place to use as a film studio. Ah, cool. Nice. Is it a large, is it, I guess, I'm hoping it's large enough. Evidently, you know what you're looking for, so that's cool. Roger says, good evening. Hey, Roger, thanks for joining us. Renee says, Stephanie, I want to see it again. Let's go, Stephanie. Lowe's, AMC, Metro, and Cineplex. I get popcorn for us. There you go. Wow, you want to see it again? Almost 4 hours long. You want to see it again? It must be that good, huh? Bonus says, way to go, SBC. Can you please tell us about it if you want? Yeah, I'm curious to hear about your the place you found for the film studio. Renee says, yes, Brian, you're correct. Travis Walton is in the movie Fire in the Sky. Okay. Who was abducted while Travis Taylor is in the U.S. government, scientists in the History Channel Skinwalker Ranch. Got it. Okay. Douglas says, no. Oh, you've not been there before? To the penitentiary. Okay. So this will be exciting for you, I'm sure. This is your first time over there. Stephanie says, Guardians of the Galaxy 3, here we come. And now with that, I told Brad I would put the schedule up, and well, it's a little early, but I normally put it up around 8:30, but for you, Brad, we're going to put it up there. All right, this Saturday, May 27th, on Stream TV, at 8 p.m., you can watch the ChillerNight pre-show, which is this show right here. It'll officially be the pre-show this Saturday for sure. And then at 9 o'clock begins the lineup of movies, City of the Dead. And then at 10:30, Horror Express. And then at 12:10, you can see those times are not right on the hour or a half hour because we play these back to back. Manos, The Hands of Fate. And then at 1:35 in the morning, Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things. And as I mentioned before, all four of those were actually requests from you guys. So there you go. There you have it. There's a lineup. Stephanie says, Guardians of the Galaxy 3, here we come. Paul says, I would love to go to Eastern State Penitentiary. To go visit, right? Douglas says, first time. Cool. Very cool. Bonus says, may I ask you, Paul, as a visitor or as an inmate? Okay. I was on that page with you, Bonehead. Brad says, at YouTube Live. At YouTube Live? What did I miss? Tom says, yo. Hey, there's Tom. How are you doing tonight, Tom? Thanks for joining us. Douglas says, I know of another investigator who can walk through there blindfolded, get us in there. Ah, cool. Are you taking him with you? But it says, Tom Paisley, you are here, all right. There he is. Paul says, I'll check out Blood Freak before I have brain surgery in August 21st. Yeah. Wow. We'll keep you in our thoughts and prayers for those who want to remember Paul. Keep him in your thoughts as he does go in the surgery on August 21st. So, wishing the best for you and a very speedy recovery, Paul. Tom says, hey guys, down in Orlando at a conference. Ah, cool. Cool, cool, cool. SBC says, I hope my film will be better than Manos, but with my budget, I'd be happy if it didn't get worse. With the right type of creativity, you can overcome that budget thing. Paul says, both Bone, thanks for asking. Oh, okay. Visitor or inmate. Bonin says, well, Tom, try to have some fun while you're in Florida working. Thanks for stopping in and saying hello. Yes, we missed you last week. Yes, we did. Bonin says, Tom, I'm here for you, buddy. Renee says, shout out to Fangs and Kraft, but they don't come. Yeah, we used to. I know. It's unfortunate. Glam can't join us on Tuesday nights. SBC says the studio is just an old garage, no electricity yet, but the best I can get for my price in Munich. That's cool. You could even the way, I mean, I don't know what you're wanting to do, but some of that could even be converted into a virtual set. You can do quite a bit with that, depending on what you're looking to do. Brad says, hey, I'm getting lonely over at Facebook Live. Got room for a friend at YouTube Live. Hey, there you are. Okay, you're on YouTube now. Renee says, I'm calling into work. Onan says, Paul, I just wanted you to know, I mean, no disrespect, I just like to joke with people. P.S. I won't ever need brain surgery, as I'm the only living brain donor, but good luck with that. Yes. Well, we all know that you have a good sense of humor and like to joke around with us. I think we all do. Tom says, heading back home tomorrow. Gonna be a long day. Yeah. Sounds like it. Paul says, Manos gave me a brain tumor as an investigator and to look for my future husband. What? Okay. Renee says, 2 weeks leave. Renee says, back neck hurts, just like Barney Hill. Oh. Have you had any gaps of time, unexplained periods of time that you can't account for? You never know about these things. Okay, so Laser's not on with us tonight, Lasercorn, so I brought up Haunted Spooks, the 1920 film that he had mentioned that he got in the reel-to-reel, the movie reels. So here's another one that was mentioned last week, The Curse of the Living Corpse. I bring that up because that is public domain. So if Jack ever does decide to step in and out of retirement every once in a while, if perhaps a special holiday that might suit his needs comes up in the future, perhaps Halloween episode or something like that. Hint, hint. That is one of the movies that we could certainly run because it's on the list there for public domain. It says it's public domain. So, 1964 says it's public domain. That's the one that you guys were talking about last week with Roy Scheider and Mary Candace Hilligoss. So. We know her from Carnival of Souls. I think you do. Know Roy from, I guess the first thing that comes to my mind is Jaws, playing the sheriff, but been in a lot of movies, obviously. Let's see. Paul says, just kidding. Okay. Oh, what? How much of that Four Loko have you had? Paul says, you are good in my book, Bone, LOL. Brad says, how's it going at the Haunted House projects, Brian? It's just, You know what I decided? I decided to put the the witching hour on hold. I can open it in a few weeks if I choose to. The only problem with that, I just thought about this like within a few nights, and maybe three or four nights ago. I thought, if I do this, I like to make a lot of noise when I'm opening something up. Like to promote it and have a big grand opening. Well, if I do that, I will have bookings and bookings and bookings, and I can't do that right now. I mean, that's great. Obviously, that's what I want, but I don't want it right now because if I do that, I'll be shooting myself in the foot. Uh, in some respects, to getting the haunted house built. So I've just decided, okay, hold off on the witching hour. Just hold off. You got any time you want, you can open it up. But wait, because I have to get this Jack Shadow's House of Terror built. So I'm going to hold off on the witching hour for a little bit, and we'll see how that goes. I think that's the better decision to make here. Um, let's see. Where am I at here? Undraped Passion. What? Stephanie says, I mean, Curse of the Living Corpse. I never seen Curse of the Living Corpse. I gotta say, I don't think that I've seen that movie either. Um, that was brought up last week, I think, as a possible movie to play, and it looks like I did look into it. It looks like that's one we can play. Um, let's see, WTF horror and sci-fi. That is a good poster. What for? This or the witching hour? I know there's a delay here, so by the time, unfortunately, when I read your comment, I could be really far behind. But Renee says, "Hey, that witch's face on that flyer looks like that Shrinky Dink or that shrunken apple." Ah, he. Oh, does it? Let me look at this again. Plus, I get to promote my escape room. Wow, does she look familiar? Maybe. Renee says claymation. Oh, that stuff was great, wasn't it? Paul says, Brian, what is the background in the witching hour? 2 cases of loco. No, you probably wouldn't do too good getting through it if you've had those before you entering. Brad says, good plan, Brian. I think so. I don't know what else to do. Because, I mean, I haven't been pushing. Might as well toot my other horn here. I haven't been pushing Zombie Outbreak. I haven't pushed that in the last probably month and a half, maybe even 2 months. But I'm getting a steady flow of bookings. Not bombarded with them by any means, but I get regular customers, and that's great. That's but I try to I do kind of want that to just you know keep in a manageable level, just so I can still be working, because it's just me working on all this stuff. I mean, I do have you know here and there I'll have somebody come in and give me a hand here and there, which is greatly appreciated. Ava comes in and helps me paint, thank God, because I hate to paint. I like the build, I like the design, I like but I hate painting, and Ava is such a help with that. And then her brother, Robert, helps me think of the like, if I say, hey, I'm thinking of, it'd be cool if they put this here and this happens, and he's very good at coming up with this stuff. So he helped me with a couple of the props. Um, Renee says the movie poster. Oh, okay, the first one. Paul says, Brother, call you tomorrow. I need to go see you next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. Give Ava a huge hug. Will do, Paul. Thanks for joining us tonight. You take care. Bunny says, Paul, I'm not looking for anyone. Of course, I can't look for or at anyone or anything, as I'm a skull and I got no eyes. LOL. Yeah. I feel for you. Bonus says, if only it's just near the effort to text. I don't even want to know how you're doing that. Try to do them mental gymnastics well. All right. Oh, and there's my shameless plug for Zombie Outbreak. But like I said, I haven't been even pushing these, just because I've been building. Stephanie says, Paul Lynch, take care, Paul. Definitely. So now I was wondering if, I brought up the Curse of the Living Corpse. I think John brought that up last week. I remember I wrote it down. But in this movie, I mentioned Mary Candace Hilligoss. And I was thinking, we haven't played Carnival of Souls. That's what I keep saying. Mary Candace Hilligoss is her name. But she hasn't, we haven't seen Carnival of Souls. It was actually last May. I checked the list. And it was May 21st of last year. It was the last time we played that movie. So I might play that one on May, June. Unless somebody else has a request, I'll probably play Carnival of Souls on June 3rd. Because we're playing City of the Dead this Saturday night as the feature movie. And then we'll probably maybe I'll do Carnival of Souls the week after that. Like I said, unless somebody has a request in place of that. Bonus says, yes, I'll shut up. I've used up my annoyance quoting for this week, I believe. If you say so. I don't think you have, but, that's me. I'm sure that's not true. Stephanie says, Renee Cruz, by the way, Renee, I'm at Ohio, and if you're in a different state, sorry. Oh, yeah, she's in a different state. Little far away from Ohio. But I'm in Pennsylvania. Yeah, so we're not too far away, but yeah. Renee's out in California, I believe. Stephanie says, I wouldn't mind to see anything with Vincent Price. Oh, okay. Well, let's see then. Let's put Carnival of Souls on the back burner here. Let's see a Vincent Price movie that we haven't played for a while. House on Haunted Hill. When's the last time we played that? 319. That was back in March of last year. Let me see. Let me make sure. That'd be a good one. What do you guys think of that? House on Haunted Hill? I don't know, Stephanie, would you, I mean, is that, or unless you can think of another one, but that's just, as I was looking through the movie titles, that's the first one that I saw that I know that Vincent Price was in, that we haven't played for a while, so let me know. Unless you have a different movie title, well, I can go with that one. We can do that one on June 3rd. We haven't played that since March of last year. Let's see, that will be June 3rd. I'll give it a few minutes just to make sure that no other titles with Vincent Price movies come up. House on Haunted Hill or The Fall of the House of Usher. Ah, that'd be nice. I actually don't have that one as a Chiller Night Theater episode. Um, so, but that would be a good one. Yeah. All right. But if you throw a few more titles, if you want to, I mean, we might have them. Um, it's so funny in a way because like there's so many movies that we've done over the years that I forget about them. I forget you know like the Ghoul, for example. Like I don't know when's the last time we played the Ghoul. Uh, and that's got Boris Karloff. How could you forget that? But I do. I sit here like we've done so many of these over the years that I don't remember off the top of my head a lot of times which ones we've done. You know, there's House on Haunted Hill. There's The Last Man on Earth. Um, Trying to think of some Vincent Price ones that we actually have as episodes. There's The Bat with Vincent Price and Agnes Moorehead. So Renee says, "Oh my God, Ohio has the Ohio Players cameo in Lakeside. Loved old school funk and soul music." Jason says, "Last Man on Earth." That's a good one, yeah. The Tingler starring Vincent Price about that monster on your back, yeah. I would recommend Ega, but I'm only joking, Jason says. Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, Last Man on Earth, that's a very good movie. House on Haunted Hill, that's an excellent movie. So, I mean, let me know. Let me know. But we'll save June 3rd. Will definitely be Stephanie. You brought up Vincent Price. You requested that, so if you're good with one of those, and then I'll mark that down. So what the heck? I still have this poster up here. What's going on? The Abominable Dr. Fives. I don't think it's in the public domain. No, no. I wish it were. Tom says, "Love Ega." Who doesn't love Ega? What's not to love with Ega? I know. Tom, did you realize that? Which one did you? Oh, Horror Express. We did that last week. I hope. I hope you did see that I put that on there. I did listen. Um, yeah, Tom says I don't think Fives is PD. No, I don't think it is public domain. I'm sure it's. I've never seen it on any of the lists in all the time doing this. So, um, but if I don't hear anything else, if I don't hear anything to the contrary, Stephanie, I'll put down House on Haunted Hill, and we'll get you a Vincent Price movie for. We already have City of the Dead for this Saturday, but we'll do House on Haunted Hill next Saturday night. Renee wants to see the escape room television commercial. All right. All right. Thanks, Renee. Hold on. I'll write down House on Haunted Hill for Stephanie. We'll play that. We'll play that next Saturday on June 3rd. And let's see. And let's check out the zombie escape room ad. I always have this issue with the ad, and I'm not sure why. Yeah. I'm not sure why that does that.
Chiller Night Escape Experience presents Zombie Outbreak Escape Room. You and your team of scientists are sent to inspect a top-secret laboratory in a hidden military bunker. Sinister experiments have resulted in reanimating the dead. The facility is now swarming with the living dead, and you have 1 hour to escape or be overrun by zombies. Can you survive a zombie outbreak? Book your escape room appointment to find out. Book online at ChillerNight.com or call 814-209-8214. Gift certificates available at the store counter.
All right, there you have it. If you're in the area, if you want to try the escape zombie outbreak, Just come my way. We'll get you set up. SBC says you could show 4 films with witches in the week of the opening of the Witching Hour. That's a really good idea. I like that idea. That's a very good idea. There would be City of the Dead. That'd be a really good witch one. The Devil's Hand. I mean, that'd be a good one. I have to sit and think about that. Yeah. Jason says, Brian, who does the voiceover? That's actually Tom had done. Like I sent him the dialogue for it, and he did that with an AI program. Tom says, yes, missed Horror Express last week. I'll catch it next weekend. Renee says, extraterrestrial aliens escape room. I have thought about that. I have actually, my next one is, I'm going to be able to have 3 in there plus the haunted house. And it doesn't mean I can't rotate them, you know. You know, if Zombie Outbreak's been there for a couple years and I think it's lived out its life lifespan, and I don't, you know, for zombies, I could change that into a different one. So that's I have been kind of tossing around what I want that 3rd one to be. Tom says we did the voiceover using AI narration. Yep. Jason says very nice. Yeah, that was cool. That sounded really cool. A walk down Monster Memory Lane. Folks, I like to do this every once in a while. I'm just going to, every once in a while, I throw up something from, I put something up here that from years ago, from maybe perhaps when we were kids or people my age or older. Renee says, oh gee, sick, do it, Brian. Oh, extraterrestrial alien escape room. I might. That's very. It's still in you know, it's in the chiller, the old sci-fi and all that. So, yeah, I could. The I was going to bring up. You know, I've shown stuff in the past, like the old Ben Cooper Halloween costumes and maybe toys or things of yesteryear, But this week I decided to go with the monster cereals from General Mills. I was talking to my cousin this week, and he actually got me thinking about this because he had said that he had bought a box of this monster cereal from like 1992. Somebody had kept it from 1992. I assume he got it on eBay or something, but I said, wouldn't it have been cool if you got it back in the 70s or 80s or even the 70s? He says, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know that. I don't know if anybody has those boxes around. I don't know why they wouldn't, in a way. I mean, I don't know. When did that become a thing to just save your cereal boxes? I don't know. But yeah, now the 2 on top, Fruit Brute, and Yummy Mummy. Those are ones that a lot of people have never heard of, but I remember those. I remember those very well. I remember having all those when I was a kid at one point or another. And I don't eat them now, but I would, I guess. I don't go out of my way to do that, but let's see. Al says, an alien room sounds like a good idea. It probably would be. It would be. Maybe it would be. I don't know. Richard Cook says, those cereals rock. I know. General Mills, they started this, the Monster cereals in 1971. So I was around. I came about in the later years of the 60s, so I was but a wee lad when these came out in 1971. Richard says, they all tasted good then. Yeah. My cousin explained to me that they changed the ingredient back in, was it the 90s? Maybe it was the 90s. They changed the ingredients to corn. Like they use corn to make it now instead of, what did they make before? I don't know, oats or something? I don't know. I am not a very knowledgeable in my cereal history, but I didn't know that. Renee. So I guess the taste is different now than if you had it when you were a kid. Renee says, Brian, you need to check out Alien Zone 51 in Roswell, or at least you got to Google the pictures. It's a must. Lots of life-size UFOs and extraterrestrial aliens dioramas. Oh yeah, Alien Zone 51. I have to write that down. I know you gave me another assignment earlier in the week on YouTube, but I didn't get to it, Renee. I gotta confess. Okay, let's see. Alien Zone 51. Okay, let's see what I can come up with here. Tom says they only had the bottom ones in the 70s, I think. Yeah, that might be. I don't I do remember like being like it seemed like I was pretty young when I had those. I don't think I was like a senior in high school or something, but yeah, I don't know. They might have. I don't know if it says anything online about when Fruit Brute and Yummy Mummy came out, but I know the bottom three are those are the heavy hitters. Um, let's see. Al says I remember eating those cereals. Renee says never heard of Yummy Mummy or Fruit Brute, but I had the other three when I was a little kid. Yeah, yeah. I have tried the top two. I know I have. I know that. Like I remember. I have memory of that, but I don't. I'm sure as a kid I thought it was just outstanding. But Richard Cook says I'm sure the government forced a company to change them. I don't know. Didn't the government come in and have something to do with Saturday morning cartoons? You weren't allowed. They had to have educational shows. It's probably the push certain narratives or propaganda. I'm sure, but they can't. They did away with the Saturday morning cartoons, and that's kind of sad. I'm kind of glad I grew up when I did, in the '70s and into the '80s as a kid. PBR Street Gang. Hey, 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 hey there. Thanks for joining us, PBR Street Gang. Tom says the top two came out later in 1974. Okay. According to Wikipedia. Well, they would know. Renee says, Tom. Yep. Okay. So the line started, the bottom three were they started in 1971, and then we learned that Fruit Brute and Yummy Mummy came out in 1974 from General Mills. So there you have it. There's a little bit of history, cereal history there for the monster cereals. SPC says I was never a big breakfast cereal eater. Toast, okay. Everyone has their preference, but I remember that in the supermarket there were what felt like hundreds of different varieties. Yeah, I know, it's pretty crazy. Stephanie says MeTV brought it back, I think. What? MeTV brought back this, or I mean the wanting to see the old movies. I don't know. Al says we kids waited all week for Saturday morning shows. I know. I just love Saturday mornings. Oh, maybe next week we can talk about Saturday morning cartoons or what were programs that you enjoyed as a kid. Stephanie says the Saturday morning cartoons. Renee says my all-time favorite cereal is Frosted Flakes. They're great. Great. Sorry, not gray like in Aliens. I read that and I knew that they're great. Renee says Captain Crunch. I'm trying to think. There was one I loved as a kid. Waffalo's, I think it was called. I used to love that stuff. Corn Pop Cheerios. Captain Crunch, she said. Corn Pop Cheerios. Yeah. Oh, man. I'd sit there and, like, getting ready for school, I'd do that, and I'd be reading the funnies in the newspaper, the little comics in the newspapers. Yeah. Good times. Good times. SPC says, if there's ever a Jack Shadow cereal, I'll buy a packet. Cool. Yeah. That'd be neat, wouldn't it? You never know. Right, yeah, the government would make us make it out of corn. All right, so um, Lucky Charms. That was always a favorite. Yeah, what were some of my favorite? Waffles. I did like Cookie Crisp a little bit, kind of. Seem to have memories of having that. Um, Lucky Charms, Captain Crunch. Yeah. Wow. There's a little trip down memory lane. Haven't eaten. I don't even. I couldn't even tell you the last year I had cereal. I don't even remember. Um, but yeah, that was fun. That was fun growing up. You had your cereal. You had your cartoons. Your Saturday morning cartoons. That was a good. Seemed like such a time of innocence, at least for the kids. I don't know what the adults were going through, but Renee says my mom likes Special K with strawberries. That sounds good. See, as an adult, I can, I can say, I think I would like that. Um, all right, 8:57, folks. I'm going to go ahead and put the schedule up, and probably top off the episode with the schedule. Raisin Bran was just okay. Renee says, "Yeah, it's funny you would say that because it was like I thought it was okay. I'd always put lots of sugar on it when I was a kid." Because it was kind of I thought as a kid it just seemed like too much of an adult cereal, so I had to candy it up a bit with heaps of sugar. All right, here's a schedule for this Saturday, May 27th on Stream TV. You can find the programming at beginning at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. If you go to streammedia.tv, you can see it right there, streammedia.tv, and at 8 o'clock, you'll see the ChillerNight pre-show. That's what we're doing right now. So, see, we're actively involved in the future right now. 9 p.m., City of the Dead, followed by 10:30, Horror Express. And then at 12:10 a.m., the movie is Manos, The Hands of Fate. And then top off the night, 1:35 a.m., the movie Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things. So there you have it. There's our lineup for this Saturday night, May 27th. And next week, well, you already know, we're going to be playing House on Haunted Hill. Stephanie, if that's to your liking, I know that you requested a Vincent Price movie. So Stephanie says, sorry if I messed up. I meant was MeTV brought back Saturday morning cartoons. Oh, I didn't know that. I don't watch MeTV. I'm aware of what it is, but I just don't watch it. So they have Saturday morning cartoons. That's cool. I want the kids to have something like that. Because my childhood was so happy, and I just enjoyed stuff like that, and I hope they can too. Richard Cook says, I will be tuning in Saturday. Awesome. Thank you, Richard. Tom says, checking out Perps. I'll see you next week. Maybe soon we can try a call-in ChillerNight pre-show. Yeah, maybe we can set something up. You let me know, because maybe we can even do it next week. Renee says, love City and Marty Crofts and Filmation cartoons. I know, I love those. Stephanie got a smiley face there, so it looks like House on Haunted Hill will probably work. I'm assuming that. So, thanks for the input there, Stephanie. And thank all of you for joining me and each other tonight for another night of ChillerNight Live. So, SBC says time has passed too quickly again. Stay healthy and happy, everyone. Epic show. Brian Hogue. Renee says yes. And thank you all for checking us out again. So see you next week. Have a good night. Have a good chiller night. Take care.